Why do some people seem to get everything they want, while so many others get stuck? We're going to get into the sad truth about why people fail. And let me tell you, it's probably not what you think.
You know, we tell ourselves all kinds of stories, don't we? Oh, I'm just not talented enough, or I just have the worst luck. But what if those are just excuses? What if the real reason is something that's actually 100% in our control?
See, this is the big idea right here. Failure isn't some random lightning strike. It's not just this chaotic thing that happens to you, no. It's a predictable outcome. It's the result of a system, a set of habits that almost guarantees you won't get where you want to go.
And here it is, the real culprit. Living your life on autopilot. You know that feeling, right? You wake up, you're tired, you just go through the motions. You're basically repeating the same day over and over and over without any real conscious direction.
So what does this autopilot life actually look like? Well, first off, it means you have no clear goals. I mean, think about it. If you don't even know where you're going, any road will get you there, right? Which, of course, usually means you end up going absolutely nowhere.
And when you don't have goals, it also means there's zero long-term thinking. Your life just becomes about what's happening right now, what feels good in this very second, what's the easiest thing to do. The future, that just becomes this fuzzy, distant idea that you'll, get to someday.
And the third symptom, this is a big one, is a complete lack of discipline. See, anyone can get motivated for a day or a week. That's the easy part. But motivation fades. Discipline. Discipline is what you do when you don't feel like doing it. On autopilot, discipline is always the first thing to go.
All right, so this brings us to the biggest roadblock of all, the number one enemy of your own progress, the trap of comfort. And man, is it a seductive trap. Every single day, you're faced with this choice. On one side, you've got short-term comfort, the endless scrolling, the Netflix binges, the easy pleasure. But on the other side, that's long-term freedom. And that is built on effort. It's built on doing the hard stuff that actually gets you real results.
Just let that sink in for a second. Every single time we choose what's easy over what's necessary, we are literally making a trade. We're trading a piece of our future for a moment of ease right now.
And you know what that comfort trap leads to? It leads directly into the next predictable habit of failure, playing the blame game.
This is so important to understand. The second you blame the economy or your boss or your parents or anything outside of yourself, you've just given away all your power. You've basically just announced to the world, hey, I'm not in charge of my life. These other things are.
So, the only way out is to completely redefine what responsibility means. It's not a heavy burden. It's the ultimate source of your power. Taking ownership, total ownership for your actions, your thoughts, and your results. That's the only way to create the life you actually want. Okay, next up, let's talk about the habit that keeps millions of people completely paralyzed, locked right where they are. We're talking about living inside the cage of fear.
And, I mean, these are the big ones, aren't they? We've all felt them. That gut-wrenching fear of failing, the fear of what people are going to say about you, and of course, the fear of just looking like an idiot for even trying something new. These fears, they're the bars on the cage.
Here's the crazy paradox. By trying so hard to avoid failing, you actually guarantee the biggest failure of all, a life where you never even tried. The only way to win is to be willing to look stupid, to be willing to fail, and to get back up anyway. Now for the final piece of this puzzle. This is a force that's pushing and pulling on you all the time, whether you know it or not, and that's your environment.
This is such a critical idea to get. You can have the most ambitious goals in the world, but if you're surrounded by people with low standards, with negative attitudes, that environment is like gravity. It will always, always pull you down to its level.
So really, the choice couldn't be more simple. You have to be ruthless about who and what you surround yourself with. Because if you don't consciously change your environment will unconsciously change you.
Okay, so we've talked a lot about the problem, but here's the good news. There is a cure. And it's not some big, complicated secret. It just requires a decision. Let's call it the winner's choice.
So what's the alternative to just drifting on autopilot? Look, it has nothing to do with being born a genius. It has nothing to do with getting lucky. It comes down to one thing, consciously choosing a different response every single day.
It really all boils down to this. The autopilot trap is all about excuses over responsibility. It's choosing comfort over discipline. It's letting fear win over taking action. The winner's choice is the total opposite. It's a daily decision to take ownership, to embrace discipline, and to act, even when you're scared.
And you've got to remember this is the secret weapon. You don't have to be the smartest or the most talented person out there. You just have to be the most consistent. Those small, disciplined actions repeated over and over, they will crush flashes of genius every single time.
So where does it all start? How do you begin? It starts right here, right now, with one simple thing: awareness. Just noticing these patterns in your own life, that pull towards comfort, that reflex to blame someone else, that grip of fear. Just seeing it is the first and most important step to changing it. So let's end on this thought. The person you're going to be in 5 years, they're being created right now by the choices you're about to make today. They're watching you. They're hoping you choose discipline. They're hoping you choose action. The only question is, what are you going to do next?